Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I've been busy recording footage for one of my upcoming videos. Something that I'm editing together. Like, I've already told you guys that I'm planning on starting up the How to Build series, and I am working on the first video in that series, so hopefully that gives you guys a little something to look forward to. But now I figured maybe I better get back to actually recording something to put up on the channel in the more immediate future. So that's what I'm gonna do. By the way, I just rolled piano tracks, so we're going with that. Alright, so I'm actually gonna run with this exact build. I was recording footage for this, and this build didn't work out so well. But that is because I picked up the Glove of Patience and suddenly my build was much more focused on my basic instead of what I wanted it to be focused around, which was Bolt Claymore. Bolt Claymore is a nice, powerful boy. It lands a status effect, it does big damage, you can control when it goes off. It's really good. But it's one of those spells where when you go to use it, you are dedicating yourself to ranged play. So, in that vein, I decided to take a good defensive dash, a basic that has heavy damage and knockback, and of course Aqua Breaker, because knockback and damage. Yeah, if you can't tell, this is a power build. I'm even running the Captain's Ring to go along with it. My control method is going to be to try to keep enemies as far away from me as possible, which, during those close quarters trap rooms, that's going to be difficult, much easier said than done. But I should be able to do it. I'm also taking the Venture robe because I figure with the strategy of keep enemies as far away from me as possible, I should be able to effectively run this, and I've run a couple of effective ones while just recording random footage for my How to Build series. But because we are a ranged build, we're just going to start with Atlas, get him the hell out of the way so that we can hopefully have some fun with the rest of the builds. The other thing about Bolt Claymore that I like is because it's a big old bursty boy, it doesn't get stopped by the mirror shields. So yeah, I could stand to wait on fighting Atlas if I wanted to, but the rest of the build doesn't quite have that privilege. Kablam! So because we are very heavily focused on fighting at range, one thing that I would like to find throughout this build is maybe something that would make those close quarters rooms a little bit less of a pain. Okay, we're definitely taking this. I like the idea of both Twin Turbine and Bouncing Surge, but I also in the near future, like Yuna's storybook just reminded me, I want to hit you guys with a variation on a summoning build. One that isn't necessarily focused on just spamming. Yep, that's some advanced stratagem right there. Just dash in a circle. They can't catch what they can't see. But the idea behind the summoning build that I had in mind wasn't necessarily to spam the field with summons, but rather to have a buddy whose job is more so to help distract enemies away from me. So it's less about having them do all the heavy lifting and more about acting in tandem with your buddy. It's kind of like working with Latenna in Elden Ring. She will keep your ass safe, but because she doesn't move, you have to kind of play a game of push me, pull you with the enemy aggro. And against certain enemies, that works beautifully. Alright, can I grab Twin Turbine? Yes, I can, but that's all my money. Hardly a bad thing, if you ask me. Now, admittedly, if I find something like the Chrono Glove, I would definitely use that. Oh, pardon me. The problem with the Glove of Patience is that it gives everything else an increased cooldown time, and it's not by a small amount. It is a 50% increase to your cooldown, so a 6-second cooldown becomes a 9-second cooldown, which doesn't sound like much. But in this game, where a split second can spell the difference between life and death, those extra seconds really add up. Not that I'm telling you guys, well, not that I'm telling anyone who has a lot of experience with this game anything they don't already know. But it's worth bringing up for those who either aren't very familiar with the game or who haven't thought about it more in depth. Like, the Glove of Patience is definitely something you take when your build is more so focused around your charge basic. Go away already. Oh, come on, I have a signature I want to use against somebody. Damn! So it's one of those things where it pays to know the effects of the items you're picking up. Because, yes, the Glove of Patience is a fantastic item if your build is highly synergized around your basic, and most specifically a charge basic. Because if it's not, and you need something like, oh, I don't know, entangling vines to keep enemies off your back, well, that was just genius. Then you're gonna be in trouble. Oh, never mind. Mirror Shield still has some effect. I don't know if there's anything here I really give a damn about. Like, the things that are looking the most interesting are the Raspberry Cookie Box and the Relic Rewards card, but ugh. Okay, so you're not gonna help me upgrade Bolt Claymore. That makes me sad. Alright, we'll roll with those two. I was really hoping for something that would, you know, improve my damage. And yes, I did see Ifrit's matchstick, so it's not like there's nothing there. It's just it's very centralized on one element, and as you can see, that one element isn't playing a heavy role in my build. Okay, I've got a lot of relics I don't really care about. I'm hoping I can get rid of those soon. God, this is supposed to be a power build. Make me powerful. No thanks. Sorry, at least for PvE, I don't see the appeal of Volt Disc. I know that's going to get me in trouble in the comments. A lot of you are going to be like, how dare you say that Volt Disc isn't that good? Hyperbolic voice choice, of course, but you get the idea. Like, Volt Disc is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you're making me feel uncomfortable right now. I mean, I'm sorry if you can't handle opinions, but I've just never gotten that much mileage out of Volt Disc. Granted, it's better than some of the basics in the game. I will definitely go to bat for Volt Disc over Phantom Division any day. Which I'm sure that just made a whole different group of people upset. See, here's the thing about making people upset, though, and you may or may not agree with this, but in my opinion, I should have waited to see if Dr. Solm was going to show up. Oh well. If opinions that you state are making people upset, then you're doing something right, because you've upset the status quo and you're now making people think. Which I know making people think is a crime nowadays, but I'm sorry, it's worth it to challenge preconceived notions. Okay, I'm getting kind of tired of air rogues. Your stupid boomerangs are really getting on my nerves. Alright, my job is to zone you out, and you throwing things at me to make that impossible is getting on my nerves. Okay, so take the gloves. Grab this because it's more HP, and then I'll consider the top hat in a minute. I've had bad luck trying to farm out the magician's outfit. And we're not going to get it this time either. Yeah, there's nothing there that's really standing out. Maybe the bouquet, even though I don't like it that much. That's about it. Oh, I've explored the entire level. Wait, what was Iris selling? Did she have anything useful? Oh yeah, I can use this to help control the field a bit. And it also makes the captain's ring better. Okay. So I'm sure many of you have already spotted a mistake that I'm making, which is, why aren't you scouting out the rooms ahead with the Bolt Claymore? To which I would respond, it's a good question. I don't really have a good answer. Hence why I said it's a very clear mistake that many of you probably caught. Now, sometimes I don't have a choice, like this room. Anything good? Kind of. Like, this would be a great seed for building armor. Like, I've got all sorts of armor relics popping up, but that's not necessarily what I want. Besides, when your maximum HP is 300, armor isn't necessarily the thing that you're going for. Well, yeah, upgrade Razor Burst. That's some. Wait, I'm sorry. That thing can go around corners. Like, I knew it had a seeking effect after. Like, it turns to face you once, but I was pretty sure I was well around the corner and being protected by a wall. Oh, it goes to show what I know. Hence why I say their boomerangs are getting on my nerves. Oh shit. That is completely my fault for not paying attention. See, I completely mind blanked. I was something along the lines of, but if the military keeps failing against Godzilla, then why do they get? Oh crap! Enemies. A little bit more damage, a little bit better cooldown. Like I said, this would be a great run for just armor building, but for a run like this, I don't necessarily want to focus on armor. And if that's what they're giving me, I might as well take whatever advantage I can get. Alright, back to full health. Let's see how quickly that goes down. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, that was awful. Why did I do that? Yay! Shock status effect got him. No, thank you. Sir, you should really know better than that. Okay, I could... Well, I mean, I guess it's not that big a deal to not get Prickly Ballet upgraded. It would just be nice. Oh, it's Taffy. No thanks. Not that big of a fan on this of the Seekers, even when I am working with a summon build. Plus, just like summons, they actually don't give you much in the way of signature charge. Oh, well, I feel silly now. Yeah, you and your icy wind can, you know, do things. I completely forgot I was about to say, oh my god. That's how you can tell I'm still not fully awake. Is I start to say something clever and then my brain goes, yeah, but cows. And then there's the part of me that goes, but what does that have to do with anything? And then the other part of my brain goes, no, he's got a point. So, you know, strange allegories to Earthworm Jim aside, hopefully this run is going about as well as you guys thought it would that's right, you didn't have anything I wanted. You didn't have anything I wanted. Everybody's wasting my time! Alright. Honestly, as much as I like Bolt Claymore, it's really... I mean, it's a lot like some of the other really good arcana in the game. It's really easy to forget about them just because there's so many different combos in the game. But to be fair, it's a good problem to have. To be able to say, there's so much game in this game that I forget about parts of it. Okay, we'll take that. Oh, but I want to hold on to that. Okay, well, we'll get rid of that. Keep that. Get rid of that. Take the singing bowl. Reduces cooldown. I don't have any summon arcana, though. Would be nice, but... yeah. Yeah, full screen combos, baby. I'm like new 13 before she got nerfed into oblivion in the second Blaze Blue game. Which might be for the best because that could get ridiculous. Or if you want a more modern example, JP in Street Fighter 6. Which, yes, if I were playing Street Fighter 6 right now, I would be that guy playing JP. Because I do love me some zoners. Like, though strangely, the other character I'm really interested in Street Fighter 6 is Magnon. At least I think that's how you pronounce her French as fuck name. Which makes sense because she's French. But I've always been kind of a fan of that brawler archetype. I don't know why. I think there's some part of me that really likes the high-risk, high-reward gameplay, and she looks like she's got some really interesting tools. I also really like the idea of Lily, even though she is touted as being one of the game's worst characters. It's like her and Zangief, and that makes me sad because I look at Zangief, who's one of my favorites from Street Fighter 4, and I go, look what they've done to my boy. That having been said, he is still a powerhouse, and I do very much enjoy his gameplay. Like, make no mistake, I do like that character, even if they did nerf him into oblivion. It might not have even been oblivion, it's just, you know, what happened to the banishing flat? You know, it was one of his best tools for getting in, and it's just kind of not there anymore. Actually, let me answer my own question. They introduced Drive Rush, which is a whole new tool for getting in. For some characters, it's good for extending combos. For other characters, it's good for getting in on fighters that you would have a difficult time getting in against. Like it does a lot of heavy lifting. So that's probably why Geef doesn't have the banishing flat anymore. So it's funny, almost all the characters I'm interested in playing are like the lowest tier characters. Except for JP, who everyone wants to get nerfed because he's got way too many interesting tools. Which, I mean, I kinda get it when one character seems like they're defining the entire meta. You know, i.e. Bayonetta and Smash 4. I can understand the argument, even if I don't 100% agree with it. Then again, I don't think JP is that strong. Like, even one of his best matchups, Zangief, is a 7-3 in his favor, which... that's not as crazy as some of the, like, bad matchups that existed in Smash 4 for Bayonetta. Or Smash Brawl for Meta Knight. Like, when you have matchups that are a potential 9-1, you know, in a character's favor, something is wrong. But we're not currently seeing that in Street Fighter 6, so clearly the team in charge of balancing the characters has done a pretty decent job. I mean, it's not super great, but whatever. I'll take it. Beautifully done. Ah. Alright, should have linked with the prickly ballet. There we go. Alright, not bad, and yeah, if you didn't pick up on it because I was playing kind of like an idiot, one of Bolt Claymore's best uses is to throw it into a room where the enemies are already present and waiting for you, and just give them a nasty little shock surprise. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering why it's called Bolt Claymore, it's because it's supposed to be like a lightning-based Claymore missile. If that makes sense. So, hopefully, something has been learned today. And I had a pretty good time with this run, so I'm happy that I got to share it with you. I want to thank all of you for coming and checking out my stuff. I appreciate you sharing some of your free time with me. As per usual, the YouTube 5-step is what you gotta do to help a brother get noticed in the algorithm. And in case you don't know what the YouTube 5-step is, it's like, comment, subscribe, share, ring bell. You know, all those things that used to be able to be done with one step in the old way has to be overcomplicated because Google just loves to make sure that ad revenue goes to people who don't deserve it, Sniper Wolf. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you may happen to be. And I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and take care, everybody.